Madea has already ruined the happy concepts of witness protection and jail, so might as well ruin Christmas too.
Sleigh bells are in the atmosphere, keeping the spirit alive. Sugar bells out on the shopping street.
Tyler Perry's A Madea Christmas is the 7th film in writer-director-star Tyler Perry's Madea franchise, and this is a very important series of films. It's for those of us in the audience who are just sick and tired of seeing movies that are good. The posters for the film advertised it best. It's the kind of movie you take your kids to if you want to see them cry. And it's also something to give the adults in the audience fucking nightmares. Part of the inspiration for the Madea character comes from Tyler Perry watching Eddie Murphy play the Clumps. Which is sort of like saying the fart scene from Blazing Saddles inspired you to shit on someone's food. And I'm not saying the Clumps is on par with Blazing Saddles, but it is when you compare it to this shit. It's a series of films that are popular with its audience, but not so much with critics, as evidenced by this critic versus audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. As a bona fide cinema snob, I wonder what I'm gonna think of this film. The first 20 times that you're gonna see Tyler Perry's name on the credits. Tyler Perry Studios is like if I named something Cinema Snob Chiropractic. Just because I can call something that doesn't mean I should. Appropriate that the logo looks like a machine destroying a piece of film. Gotta give the movie credit, it doesn't take too long to introduce us to its title character.
Yeah, they don't make it rain at the North Pole. Hell, at my age, I can't get no rain nowhere. I can get a little drizzle, but them quarters hurt.
Because if this movie's gonna punch you in the face for 100 minutes, you want to get the initial shock over with quick. I, however, disagree with the credits. That is not Kathy Najimy, but that could be Chad Michael Murray. I heard he's gone into hiding after Left Behind. Leave it to Alicia to bring the only wit you'll find in the film. Or vit, whatever. Medea's great niece Eileen has gotten Madea a job at a department store. Because apparently she hates the public. But we've got more important things to cut to.
Now, we may have to cancel the Christmas Jubilee this year.
No way.
Oh man, not the Jubilee! Also, who are you and what town am I in now? This is the mayor's office, which appears to be located in an elementary school that's located in someone's house. Here's a bunch of angry white people who have been told that they have to sit through a Madea movie. Actually, they're angry about other things.
All right, since they built that dam up river, we've been barely surviving. Between that and the drought, man, it's put most of our crops out of business. Now, we need this Christmas Jubilee to happen, you hear me?
What? Wasn't this just about Madea in a department store?
He did. Take it out of school.
Hold on, Tanner McCoy. We've already cut the school's budget.
Well, one problem at a time. What about the dam and the corn?
Somebody has to do something. We have to have this Christmas Jubilee.
How is that gonna solve any of your problems? And again, who are you people? Before I can figure out this town's school budget problem and why they're farming corn in the winter, it cuts back to this.
Okay, now have you ever done sales before?
Yes, I sold trees.
Oh, Christmas trees?
When you smoke them, they make you feel like it's Christmas.
Good, she's working for the one department store in town that doesn't drug test around the holidays. Maybe she's at least good with the customers.
I'm looking for women's lingerie.
You know, those days are over, honey. Somebody should have told you it's past. The lingerie is for young people with tight, firm stuff.
Whoa! Why would anyone get this person a job?
You're so rude.
Oh, no, you're the one that's rude anytime you bring lingerie to a man.
I'm glad this part is played by a man, because I want to punch him in the teeth. This person wasn't even being a bitch or a bad customer. Madea is just a verbally abusive monster. Merry Christmas! Might as well then cut to a scene that's about bullying.
But he's the only one to get an A on all 3 of his last tests. What did you get, Lucy? Or you, Larry?
Wait, what the hell did Larry do? I understand you calling out Lucy, she was being a brat, but you just bullied Larry. This is Eileen's daughter, Lacey, who has a child prodigy in the class named Bailey. He has trouble speaking up in class, so she thinks he should sing in front of the crowd at the Jubilee. Because in this universe, there's no such thing as baby steps. And now, how about another character, her ex-boyfriend, Oliver?
I don't hear from you in 6 years and you call me out of the blue because you need my help.
Oh, don't blame that on me. You're the one who married Kelly and stopped returning my calls.
Every year they call each other and only speak in exposition dialogue, just in case there's an audience watching them. Lacey asks Oliver to help fund the school through his business, which is a business of business.
Tell you what, I'll come down with the contract and you get your people to sign, and I'm sure I can pull in at least $100 grand for your school in this event.
$100,000.
I'm not sure if Tyler Perry knows how school budgets and bankruptcy works. This is like two movies competing with each other, and they both suck.
Yeah, I need some help.
Hold on, because somebody's screaming at me. I'm getting ready to choke the hell out of her. Hold on. Now, what can I help you with?
You can do your job, or you're fucking fired.
You're
Bye,
so
bye,
rude.
bye. You rude as hell. You rude.
Please,
you
I
rude
need
as
what
hell.
I want.
I need all y'all to get the hell out of my way. I'm trying to go to the break room.
Wait, come back.
I've seen movies called Holocaust 2, Gestapo's Last Orgy, and Horrifying Experiments of the SS Last Days. And this is one of the most insufferable characters I've ever seen. Finally, the plots merge when Eileen calls her daughter.
Hello. I must be dialing the wrong number.
You got that from Hello?
You said that already, but you called back 5 times.
Okay, given this scene started with you coming in from outside, did she wait 5 minutes between calling you so you could go back out to the barn? I'm starting to miss the subtle cohesiveness of Miss Velma.
I ain't taking my medicine this morning.
What medicine?
5 milligrams of don't choke that hoe.
I'm not sure this movie was made for me. Soon they start having a riff back and forth about how Eileen always thinks she has cancer.
Madea, many people in my family have died of cancer.
I know your family.
Yes, my grandmother,
Got hit by a bus.
but she had cancer.
Okay, I laughed at that one. That's the power of this movie. It'll make cancer seem funny by comparison. Eileen wants to go to where her daughter lives in Alabama. You sure you want to go there? The tension seems mighty high.
They tell me you're planning on planting corn this year.
Yeah, I was.
I plant corn.
What is this, a turf war? I'm pretty sure that farming towns have more than one farmer in them. This is Connor, who seems to spend most of his time combing his Wolverine hair. Goddamn, this department store shit is still going on?
We're going to have to ask you to leave.
About fucking time! Madea retaliates by taking money out of the register so she doesn't have to wait for her check. That's what normal people do.
The hell all y'all looking at? It's Christmas and I'm taking what the hell I want up in here. What y'all gonna do about it? What y'all gonna do about it?
We're gonna have you arrested for shoplifting. So pretty much any of these movies could have been called Madea Goes to Jail. One of the only likable characters, the Christmas wipe. Madea and Eileen ride along with Oliver to Alabama, and here's how you know they're in the South.
What?
They immediately run into the Klan. Don't worry, Anonymous unmasked those guys weeks ago. Well, there's two things that are funnier than Madea: cancer and the Klan. Also, another Christmas wipe. I'm sure there's plenty of good conversation they could have on this road trip.
Hey, this is 2013, and it's almost Christmas.
This movie just used exposition dialogue to tell us what year it was made, and that a Madea Christmas takes place on Christmas. And the editing is weird. First they pull up to Eileen's house, then it seems to cut to something later that night with Connor pissed off at Chad Michael Murray, then it cuts back to them waiting in the driveway. This movie's scenes are like an advent calendar if you just stuck the dates in any random order you wanted. Lacey looks like she'd rather have a stocking full of coal than have Madea over for the holidays. I'm sure she'll be as pleasant as ever.
We saw this in the dining room. Oh, it's yellow. It's yellow. It's bright yellow.
Well, you can say a lot of things about Madea, but you can never say she doesn't know what colors are. I'd like to thank this movie for making things as awkward as any realistic family gathering.
Mama, please.
No, and you still want him. I know it. I got that feeling. I want some grandbabies. What you waiting on?
Ugh, a Manson family Christmas would be more enjoyable than this family.
Just leave this child alone. You have been talking since we got in the car. You talk too much, Eileen. Please, just shut up for a little while here.
Thank you. But you know who else you should say that to? A mirror! Lacey needs someone to watch her students, so she asked Madea to do it, because apparently substitute teachers don't exist. That is, if they actually get to the school.
You got to get some of them things on here to help me get in here. Wait, is there something? Hold on, I got.
Yeah, that's it. Come on in.
Boy, you got to get a low car here.
What is with these goddamn Christmas movies and people stalling for time in a car? Speaking of saving Christmas, I guess they did take Kirk's advice on seeing a cross whenever you see an empty tree, because that Christmas tree's a cross. Medea's watching the class, not for any realistic reason, but because wouldn't it be funny if Madea taught a class?
You are so dirty.
Leave that boy alone. Where else he gonna sit? Sit down, son. Sit down. Don't worry about her. Don't you ever just pick on somebody just because you can. Do you understand?
Yeah, being a bully is Medea's shtick.
You got to be nice to people. Pass it on niceness.
Yeah, be nice to people. You know, like this.
I would suggest you walk across the street to Target and ask them for some those really nice big girl draws.
So she's a bully and also a hypocrite. Madea has very strong morals for people who aren't Madea. And now Madea tells the Nativity Story because doing that and decorating crosses is totally something public schools do.
Little baby Jesus was born. He was born to the Virgin Mary, J. Blige, and
That's the wrong Mary, and Mary J. Blige is a name I recognize. Ha! Once she's done ripping off drunk history, the mayor makes the deal with Oliver just as all towns do in the principal's office of the local elementary school. Seriously, whose office is this? And why are they in the same building? And why is this a thing that happens?
Hi.
What are you doing?
Oh, I was just teaching these children a lesson.
Assault! Lacey and Connor both have a secret, though, which is that not only are they romantically involved, but they eloped. Connor's parents, Buddy and Kim, arrive, and as a white person, I will totally go see a Madea movie if it has Larry the Cable Guy in it.
Hey, son, see this? This ain't fat. This is all foreskin.
I've now laughed at Cancer, the Klan, and Larry the Cable Guy. All funnier than Madea. I wonder if Larry is playing a redneck.
Good, because I caught Christmas nuts.
Caught? Mm-hmm. We are going to have hot possum pot pie.
Well, that is what we white people eat. And we also don't tolerate no vegetarianism.
It means she doesn't eat meat. She doesn't eat meat.
Oh, you're a tofu farter.
You're from Nebraska. Cut that shit out. But there is something slightly endearing about this couple.
Always taught him to look at a woman's heart, because that's where the rack hangs. Daddy.
Will you hush? I must start talking about all your wrinkly, saggy parts, huh? It's like a turkey giblet in there.
They like giving each other shit and trash talk back and forth, yet still seem to love each other for it. Unlike Madea, who will scream your biggest insecurities in the middle of a public place. Now, let's see if I can get all this straight. The movie's about a school going bankrupt, a town jubilee which will help the bankruptcy so they can sell corn, corn which is hard to grow because of a dam that's been put in, but the movie's also Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and Meet the Parents, plus a love triangle with Connor, Lacey, and her ex, and also the story of a shy but brilliant youth who belongs in a school for the gifted. And in all of these 12 plots of Christmas, what in the hell does any of this have to do with Madea, the person in the title? With Kathy Najimy playing Kim, it's like Peggy Hill actually shacked up with Bill Dopetree. I do not like this King of the Hill episode.
Don't be flirting with me in front of your wife. I put this thing on, you won't be able to get rid of it. I haven't paid my rent, car note, and everything else. I'm from the old school.
Will you ever say anything funny?
Hey, did you hear the one about the two rabbis and the black dude?
Daddy.
No, but did you hear the one about the stray bullet that killed the redneck for telling the story about the two rabbis and the black dude? It's hilarious.
Okay, that was funny. Madea just said something funny. Fuck! And just in case you didn't know, Buddy is played by Larry the Cable Guy.
Please forgive my husband. He is a wannabe comedian.
You are no Jeff Foxworthy.
Well, I try to be, but who can? Who can?
No, he is on par with Jeff Foxworthy. The real line should be, "You're no Ron White." Even the cameraman seems to be falling asleep, since what the hell is with this awkward zoom? Did someone drop the camera? Why is this shot in the film? Eileen comes in with a Christmas tree, and it gets uncomfortable since she cut down the tree that Kim planted in memory of her grandfather.
Oh. Well, how was I supposed to know that? This doesn't make any sense.
How about this? Just don't cut down trees in people's yards. Now, something for the ladies, Larry shirtless.
You want some of
No,
this?
not now.
You know you want some of this.
I don't want any of that.
Hey,
It's too much for me.
Remember that game we used to play?
I'll understand if you ladies want to pause the video to masturbate now. Eileen walks in on this, har har, and then blocks the door because she thinks they're gonna attack her. It then cuts to Tanner discovering the Jubilee is being sponsored by the company that built the dam that put the farmers out of business, but then cuts back to Eileen blocking the door? So this daylight scene happened right between a nighttime scene? This is very bad. How is Madea gonna get up to use the restroom?
What this? I can't sit on this cup.
And stand up.
Well, she's got you there. You do have a dick. Things are dramatic between Lacey and Connor, but no scene is too dramatic for the festive Christmas wipe. Speaking of people on set being bad at their jobs, nice of Alicia Vitt to still be wearing the same clothes we saw her wearing when she was first introduced into the movie. And then it shows us the same scene of Tanner discovering the truth about Oliver's business. Okay, this could just simply be a problem with my DVD, but that's really telling when I'm not sure if the DVD is skipping or if the movie is just that shitty. But we are on a farm, so might as well have a humorous moment where Connor tries milking a bull, because that's a mistake the son of an Alabama farmer would make. And don't let that pile of shit on the ground go to waste!
Wow! Oh, yeah, this ain't mud.
You all right?
I done fell in bush.
Madea Christmas. You can film shit, you just can't say it. Now her clothes are as shitty as her advice.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. That ain't being Christian, being that mean to that woman.
So, you're also a bad Christian? Back to the elementary school / town hall, a problem arises when Oliver's company doesn't want any references to Jesus or Christmas in the Jubilee.
Next thing you know, they want to take prayer out of church. And you see what happened when they took prayer out of schools?
We did.
Have you taken prayer out of schools? Your school has a lighted up wooden cross. And I don't think it's a private school, it's in the mayor's office.
I am a Christian, and this is some bullshit.
Again, when the movie is shit, you can say shit. While the town should be allowed to call the Jubilee whatever the hell they want, if that stipulation was in the contract, then they really should have read it first before they signed it. Tanner wants Lacey fired because apparently signing the bad contract was the school teacher's fault and not the mayor's. A mayor who, by the way, must also be the school superintendent because he has the power to fire her. So that gets her fired, and not the fact that she put someone in charge of her class who strung up one of the students on a cross. I know this is quite a daring thing to say, but Tyler Perry is not a very good writer. Still not the time for a festive Christmas wipe, one that leads into a scene where Buddy and Kim have to defend Eileen's accusations that they're in the Klan.
No, why would you... Buddy, the other night with...
Oh, with the sheep.
Yes, explain that.
You cut down the tree that she planted for her grandfather. Go fuck yourself.
That is so inappropriate. You two need to learn how to respect my daughter's house.
Oh my god, I apologize for all the crap I gave Madea earlier. Eileen is 1,000 times more unlikable than Madea.
Well, why would you plant his memory tree on my daughter's land? And how was I supposed to know that?
It doesn't matter! You shouldn't be cutting down other people's trees! Fucking hell, Madea is actually the voice of reason in bringing these families together, which pisses me off. Why was she such a monster earlier in the movie and is actually reasonable in the second half? Here's hoping the scene gets funny.
Mama, Connor and I are married.
Your father.
I know, Mama. I know he was murdered by a white man, but...
What happened?
Jesus Christ is having a downer of a birthday.
Your daddy wasn't killed by no white man. He left your mama for a white woman when you was 2 years old, and your mama has been bitter with white people ever since.
What?
What? That's a horrible lie to tell a person. How does someone react to that?
And your mama lied to you. She had gas. Got to the doctor. She was clutching her heart and the pearls. Got there. Yep, they put one of them bras up there. Came flowing out like the River Jordan, and then that was it. It was all over.
I had that once, too.
Can we pause the shit jokes for a moment and comprehend the fact that this girl's father is apparently still alive? Is anyone going to address this?
She had the heartburn. She needs some of that Prilosec OTC.
I get it! You're played by Dan Whitney! And will someone please get Alicia another shirt? She's still wearing the same goddamn clothes. Eileen is packed up to leave, which, let her. But not after a cameo from Kirk Cameron's Empty Cup of Cocoa.
What world are you living in? They are asking for trouble.
Eileen,
Mrs. Murphy to you.
Just be thankful you're not being called what you are, a bitch. Boy, this sure is a lousy night for Lacey.
And everybody's mad at me because of this sponsorship. I didn't know it was from Sheldon Construction Company and... Tanner McCoy, yeah.
Oh, and your father is still alive. You should probably acknowledge that. And then it's that scene of Connor leaving to go after Tanner, the same shot I saw and complained about earlier. Okay, so there's definitely something wrong with the DVD, I think. Am I an idiot for not noticing that? Or again, is this movie so bad that that just seemed like the kind of editing that would happen? Regardless, I apologize. The hell, while I was eating my words, Tanner was randomly in a car accident that it didn't show. God damn it, this editing is making me regret my apology. There goes the movie's budget. Now how are they gonna fund the Jubilee scenes? I sure hope Lionsgate doesn't bail them out and make them change the title to a Madea holiday. Tanner is saved so he can be yelled at.
Now I'm planting corn. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
There never has been a thing he could do about it. Why is this an issue? Eileen goes back home with them, and she's still a bitch.
I don't like you all talking about me.
Then stop doing horrible things. Lacey actually apologizes to Eileen, the woman who said her dad was dead, and since it's a Christmas movie, everything is gonna work out ridiculously fine.
You know, Tanner, I've been working on a new strain of corn that doesn't need as much water. I could use your help with it.
Why didn't you say that at the beginning? This movie has no reason for being. Except to throw on one hell of a jubilee.
I ran for my life, because I was going to start a fire. Oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
The fuck? Was that Sweet Brown? Well, there's a reference no one's gonna get after 15 minutes. Same with this.
See, I told them to hide the kids, hide their wives, and hide their Santa Claus, because it's crazy around here.
Merry Christmas. It's referencing a news story about rape. The town keeps the word Christmas in their jubilee as Lacey has an ace up her sleeve to stick it to the business company organization business.
Not only did Sheldon Construction Company fund this event, but they've also agreed to release 150,000 gallons of water a day down the river to the farmers.
You know that's not binding. The company doesn't have to do any of that. No matter. The real question is, will Bailey get over his shyness?
Did you know that you're big?
I don't care. I actually thought there was 6 minutes of the movie left, but thank God, the remaining 6 minutes of the end credits. Oh, good. Let's be reminded of this scene again.
You shouldn't have on no damn lingerie. I'm trying to save you some embarrassment. Put on that damn lingerie, look like you got hair damage on your ass. I mean, come on now. Come on, honey. Come on.
That's not a blooper. You just showed a different take of the same horrible scene. Let's just take a moment to recognize the fact that Larry the Cable Guy was the most charming thing in this movie. And there's a theory about that.
You know what I think the trick is? Sleeves.
Very true. People will take you more seriously when you don't look like an ass crack. Based on this movie alone, Madea has her strengths and weaknesses. Weaknesses being that she's a fucking tyrant who should have clearly been arrested in the first 5 minutes. And then there's her strengths.
You know what? It's fine. You don't want to come in the house because you mad about something. You can't get everything your way. You ever woke up on Christmas morning and didn't get the gift you wanted? Well, this is it. You didn't get the gift you wanted. Now bring your ass on in the house.
Such as doing a good job at yelling at people who are way more unlikable than she is. But unfortunately...
I'm going in the house. You want to sit your ass out here and freeze? Sit your ass out here. Sit your ass out here and freeze. Sit there as long as you want to. I don't give a damn. You can sit there and turn to a damn popsicle.
She won't shut up. If I want to see an angry fat grandma, I'll stick with... Fuck, why the hell isn't Fat Grandma in this video? Needless to say, as a movie critic, I am not too fond of these Madea films. If only I had 2 people at my disposal who could watch these films instead of me. Come to think of it, I'd have to be a real monster to do something like that.
They don't even sound the same, child. That's just what it... Yep, that bring back memories. That's it. That's what I used to do. I'd drop it.